I've got a problem. Now, I've got hundreds of problems, and they're all around me. I have a lifetime of possessions, memories, detritus, collections of things that I bought at some point thinking, hey, this makes sense to purchase. But now, staring down the barrel of our move to Taiwan, it just makes me heartsick. For our relocation to Taiwan, my wife and I have approximately the space of 4 large suitcases and 2 carry-ons. We also have an allocation of $500 to ship stuff. But $500 doesn't go very far when you're moving to Taiwan. Sure, we're keeping the house and the kids will be living here, so we don't have to dispose of anything. But it does feel like a good time for a cleanup. And that's painful. I'm not particularly tight-fisted when it comes to money, but it's very strange when it comes to getting rid of things that I bought with that money. Then it becomes something else, and I really don't like it. And I think that means I'm a hoarder. These are our e-bikes. We love them, but we can't take them to Taiwan. I mean, first off, they're big and they're heavy, and they would be very expensive to ship. But we just simply cannot. We can't take in the batteries. It's the bane of the modern world, the lithium-ion battery. Lithium-ion batteries have extremely restrictive shipping options and import restrictions. We just simply can't take them into Taiwan, and we can't buy new batteries there. This, on the other hand, is my Brompton folding bicycle, and it is most definitely going with us to Taiwan. I bought it specifically for that purpose. Bagged and folded, this can be taken on the plane. It can be easily shipped. And in Taiwan, folded and bagged, it can go on any train, any subway, any high-speed rail, at any time, without restriction. I wanted to buy an electric Brompton, and I would have footed the bill for it. It's quite expensive, but it would have been absolutely worth it. But it's impossible to import. Again, it's the batteries. But the bike itself isn't available for sale in Taiwan, so I can't buy one there. And if I bought it here, I couldn't send it over. And it has special batteries, and I did all my due diligence, and I could find no way whatsoever to get the batteries that go with the Brompton shipped to Taiwan. So I can't do that. But there are electrification kits for Bromptons, and I'm hoping to get one of those because you can have the kit shipped without batteries, so there's no problem. And because it's an aftermarket kit, the batteries they use are actually standard power tool batteries. And so far, my research has said that those batteries are available in Taiwan. So get the kit, electrify the Brompton, buy the batteries in Taiwan. I'm hoping to make a project out of that, and we'll do more on that in some future videos. Clothes. There's the rub. I stand over 190 centimeters tall, and I'm quite long-legged. Finding clothes in Taiwan may be problematic. Now, when I first went to Taiwan in '98, I stood so tall over the crowd, it was comical. I could stand in Ximending on a Friday or Saturday night, and it would be packed wall to wall with people, and yet I stood above, at least a head above everyone. I could just see over I could see over a sea. Don't get those confused. SEA and SEE. I understand stupid people have problems with that. But I could see over a sea of heads. And the only person I could ever see in one of those crowds would be another Wagwaren. And, but that's not true anymore. They're catching up. They are definitely catching up, but I'm still considerably taller, and I suspect clothing will be harder to find and more expensive. And so I'm going to have to make some allowances for taking clothes when I would prefer just to buy all new and not have to haul them. But that's another one. I hate to overgeneralize, so take this as simply a limited observation. But most of the Taiwanese homes that I've seen the inside of have been a bit sterile. This doesn't mean that the people don't have personality or that they don't have things to make their house their home. But for example, I would say 9 out of 10 places I've seen have bare cement walls. And then the other one had bare cement walls that they had put some sort of decorative paneling on. Hanging pictures is not as common as you might think. I think cement probably is the problem behind that, but I'm not sure. Or it could just be the local aesthetic, or it could be an aberration of the places that I've been. But we have no idea what our home will look like. Nothing. We have no clue whatsoever what the interior of it looks like. And that's not fun. But I'm going to guess that it has cement walls, and I'm going to guess we're not going to be putting nails in it. So I'm not likely to be taking pictures. I wouldn't take pictures anyway, because we can just print pictures there. We have them all digitally. But I've got to have something to make the place uniquely home, something uniquely me. Let me digress for a moment. I have been, for my entire life, and always shall be, a Star Trek fan. And nothing in Star Trek is more obsession-worthy than the NCC 1701 USS Enterprise. I've obsessed about it since I was a kid. And when I was a kid, there were no toys. There was the rather lackluster AMT USS Enterprise model, I might add a bit fragile as well. And I did everything I could to have my own USS Enterprise. I tried making it out of Legos so many times. And I'm not talking about these new fancy shaped Legos. I'm talking about the 1970s. Oh, you've got blocks, windows, and wheels. And that never worked. Never worked. Tell you what, structurally speaking, the design of the Enterprise tends to be a little bit, well, it's gonna snap if you don't glue it together. Not saying I never glued Legos together. That's another story. I tried making it out of clay. I tried making it out of wood. And nothing was satisfactory. And that has led to this. Of all my collectible junk, this is my pride and joy. The USS Enterprise, NCC 1701, in all her glory. And this is all the Enterprise, too. There's none of that day spa in space they call the Enterprise D. This is the real deal. Let me show you. This is the genuine article, the Enterprise as seen in the original TV series. This is the Enterprise from the pilot episode. Note the spiky nacelles and the enlarged dish. Now over here is the ISS Enterprise from the Mirror Universe. It's got the spiky nacelles too. This beauty is the Enterprise refit from the motion picture. It's a close call, but I'd have to say this is the best version ever. She's got the swept back, redesigned nacelles and the embedded dish. It's really sleek and beautiful lines. Behind that is this little oddity. This is a pre-production design for the aborted Phase 2 TV series. Note how it's a sort of a hybrid between the original and the movie Enterprise, with the swept-back nacelles but the old-school dish up front. Now, way over here, I've got the NCC 1701A. It's basically the same as the movie version, and I know technically it doesn't count as the NCC 1701, but I could not, for the longest time, get the NCC 1701 movie redesign. So the 1701A is the closest thing I could have in my collection. So that actually is why I have this one. Unfortunately, no collection of Enterprises would be complete without these two ugly pigs. The Enterprise from the J.J. Abrams universe. Honestly, I have to assume someone looked at the original Enterprise design and said, how can we screw these up? And so they jammed the nacelles too close together and made it look bow-legged. Good job, guys. Mission accomplished. There's nothing graceful or elegant about these versions. Finally, I've got this one, the Enterprise from Strange New Worlds. It's really a close call in my book between this one and the refit movie version. This one has the look of the classic, complete with the old-style nacelles and dish, but it adds the swept-back pylons that really give the ship a faster, sleeker look. Do you know what would be insane? Taking those with me. I would. But I'm not going to. But I am going to take one. I'm not sure which one I'm going to take. You know? I'm just not sure. But what's the point of living somewhere if you can't make it your home?